that song over and over. Alien Ant Farm, the movies. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Welcome, everybody. This is the Film Room. I am your host, Texas Drew. What is going on? Representing that 210 Cinnamon Sports. We are live here down in Southtown 101 at Pub Sports Radio Studios. To my left, I got Mrs. Amanda Rogan. Say hello to the viewers out there.
What up?
Yes, yes. All right, we're going to go get right into this. And, of course, if you don't know what the Film Room is, I'm sorry, I ain't going to tell you. You just got to go ahead and check out those episodes for yourself or go ahead and tune in live as we are right now. So what I want to go ahead and get into is some of the superhero movies that are basically going to start coming out this year. And, of course, we're all going to pretty much kick it off. First one that's going to be kicking off is Birds of Prey.
Oh. So, who cares? Fuck DC.
Oh, okay, here we go. It begins. If you see her shirt and what she represents, and so do I. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, I do give, when the credit is due to DC, I do give it to them.
Yeah.
You know, like Wonder Woman. Yeah, like Wonder Woman.
That was a good movie.
Yes.
Good movie.
Yes. So do tell, what are your thoughts? So you don't want to go see Birds of Prey? You think it's going to suck? Or
Yes. The only one I'm going to go see is the one that James Gunn wrote. That's it.
Oh, the new Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that's it. New Suicide Squad. That's it. And only because it's James Gunn, because they rush their films. They don't know what they're doing. They take their time. They want to compete with Marvel, and you can't. You suck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're a DC fan and your feelings are hurt.
Yeah, she tells it like it is, folks.
I don't,
she tells it
they
like
push out the
it
films.
is.
I'm sorry. You could do a lot better. You could. I'm sure you could. But I mean, you haven't. So I don't know what to tell you. Wonder Woman was good. I give you props.
Aquaman too. Out of all the movies that they really pretty much brought out, those are the only two films that I enjoyed.
Yeah, that was it.
Straight up.
But I wouldn't. I mean, I didn't pay to go see them in the movie theater, and I sure as hell wouldn't. No. And Disney. I mean, they kind of fucked up at first. With,
when they let them go.
Yeah. I was nervous. I was like,
that's why. Why do you think Warner Brothers picked them up so quick, man?
Yeah, good for them. Yeah, good. They get one. They get one, maybe one. Let's hope they get one. I don't know. I mean,
he's gonna knock it out of the park, and it's not gonna be nothing to the Suicide Squad of one that Will Smith was in. So this is gonna be a wholly different. I don't think it's like a part two. We're still going to see several characters from the first one. We're still going to see Captain Boomerang. Of course, Margot Robbie's coming back as Harley Quinn on that one. And
so Marvel is doing some really cool things.
They're always doing cool things.
Who cares about DC?
Well, you know, the funniest thing is that you know who also is going to be in that film?
Which one?
In Suicide Squad?
Who?
John Cena.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean,
I can't wait to see him in the next Fast and Furious.
Oh, yes. So he's playing Dom's brother in that one. He's Dom's little brother in Fast 9. If you guys have not seen the trailer to Fast 9, go see it. Like, watch it. They literally had a whole big old party down in Miami during Super Bowl week. And of course, we're gonna talk about the Super Bowl later. But
I'm excited.
Big old party that they had down there. They had concert, everything for the whole trailer release. You know, of course, Ludacris performed. They even had Cardi B close the show on that. But that trailer just, I mean, you know, you think like, okay, it's number 9, 20 years of this, but it gets better.
Yeah.
It gets better. I mean, with the loss of Paul Walker, of course, it hit everybody. Of course, it hit me.
Yeah.
But still carrying on his sort of legacy that they have, especially with Dom's son, his name is Brian. But then throwing John Cena in this, and he's okay. Now, not that many wrestlers make good actors.
Yeah.
Only 2 of them have done it.
Yes.
Only 2. Only 2 of them so far.
Only 2
have literally transitioned from that wrestler to a big old movie star. And of course, I'm talking about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and my man Durax, Dave Bautista. So can John Cena do this? I mean, he got this role in Suicide Squad, and he got this role in Fast 9, and this is a big role, playing Dom's brother. So this is a big role, and he's a villain. And in wrestling, he's always what they call the baby face, the good guy. So I want to see him playing this little villain role.
He's done some movies. I mean, they're
No,
they're like,
he's done
B
movies. He's done
films,
movies.
like,
I mean, he's done like productions of WWE films.
yeah.
But I'm talking about, this is mainstream. This
Well, okay,
is
but I mean, he's acted before. He knows a little bit. He wouldn't.
Well, yeah, I mean,
he's given him the part if he didn't go in the audition and kill it.
Right, and that's the thing though. He auditioned for this role,
exactly.
just like Dave Bautista auditioned for Drax.
The Rock can only get you so far in WWE. Like, yeah, you know him, and then he can get you in the door, help you out with auditions.
Oh man, that just takes me back.
I don't.
But
I mean, I feel like they're not just gonna be like, oh, we're gonna give it to you for John Cena. I think I have faith in him. I think
he looks badass in this film.
Yeah, he does.
The trailer, like he shows off his mug, his face, and you can see that persona that he puts on from, of course, from wrestling, because wrestling, they do act in some sort of way.
It's all acting.
Yes, it is. We're gonna talk about that later. Don't get me started. But more about the trailer. Of course, we see what comes out of it. If you
haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. I cried.
Oh man, if I would have had a camera, man, if I would have had my phone going on and recording her reaction.
Spoiler alerts. There are spoiler alerts here. If you have not,
I'm pretty sure everybody's already seen it. It's been out for a whole freaking week. If they haven't seen it, then I don't know what you're doing.
Han.
He's back.
Oh my God, Han.
He is back.
I cried when he died. I cried when he came back. Han, what the fuck? My mind is blown. My mind was blown. I legitimately cried. I really did. Tears were coming down my face. I said, Han. I was like, oh my God. I cried almost as much as when Glenn died on Walking Dead.
No. Okay. That's okay. That's number 2. That was number 2. But man, that Glenn one was unbelievable.
That hurt.
Oh man. I mean, you were just like, just kill him already. Man, it was cute and funny at the same time.
Broken.
But
going
back to Fast 9.
Han.
Some of these. Okay, I mean, Han. I mean, I like how it ends. Of course, he walks in and he's like, "Oh, well, this is a nice clubhouse." And then you see him drifting into something, and then it says, "Justice is coming." So is Han gonna get justice of what happened to him in the car? And I mean, we know that it was Jason Statham who crashed Han in his orange car on Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
My theory of how he survived or something, he may have gotten out, or somebody may have pulled him out, or somebody was there, some guardian angel that they're probably going to show maybe in this movie or maybe in 10, because 10 is supposed to be the last one, of how he escaped. They're gonna have to explain it how he escaped.
I think they're gonna explain it, but I don't think that's gonna be the route. Well, it could be, because why did he need to go into hiding?
And where was he? Maybe he was in rehab from injuring his wounds.
Maybe.
I mean, that was a pretty big explosion with a NOS car. I mean, that had a lot of NOS in that vehicle.
It was, but there were a lot of things going on in Tokyo Drift. I mean, and that's just there. We're not even talking about all these people attacked Dom's family. Han is Dom's
and now
family.
This time it's going to be brother versus brother.
Yeah, but what was going on Han's end of the spectrum? So now they could open up
another spin-off.
Yeah, a whole other spin-off.
I mean, Hobbs and Shaw worked pretty good. I don't see why not.
Yeah. I mean, it's a Fast and Furious franchise has made it a timeless movie.
It's 20 years.
20
years.
Yeah, you can add characters, you can take away characters, you can continue. There, you can grow it. I mean, it's
speaking of continuing, even though I said Fast 10 is supposed to be the last one, but I think they might break that up like how they did Harry Potter and the Deadly Hallows, break it up into 2 parts.
Yeah.
Like how they did with Endgame and Adventures and all that. But breaking news for you guys who don't know first here on the Film Room. Breaking news. They're actually going to do spin-offs.
What?
Of the Fast franchise. So we're going to see little Dom and little Letty in their teenage years and how they become who they become. So that would be the next installment of this franchise.
That'd be cool.
So just letting you know, breaking news, boom, here you go. But yeah, I'm just excited all around about that film. It comes out in April.
I
can't wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot wait.
Always
it's going to be good.
Never disappoint.
And then after,
never disappointment.
and then just moving right along, and then I just can't wait for Black Widow.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Black Widow's gonna be so awesome and so amazing.
Finally.
Oh, can't wait.
Finally.
Can't wait.
How long have we been asking for this film?
Since she first came out in Iron Man 2.
How long have people been
back
asking
in
for her?
2010?
I mean, so underrated. Such an Marvel really. I mean, I guess they kind of mess up there too.
Nah, I don't think so. I think. Well, I mean,
and okay, not just that. I mean, we can talk about Marvel for hours
days,
and hours, days.
But now we gotta compact it into about 15 minutes.
So Black Widow, we know that Wanda is stronger than the Time Stones themselves. Like, we know that.
You're talking. What do you wait? Black Widow and Wanda are two different people.
But there's so many things to talk about. I know.
Yes.
Just go.
Just run. Just run. Anyways, go see Black Widow when it comes out in May. Just go see it. It's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be a whole nother segment because I just want to get so much into detail to that. And you know what? That's gonna be a good one for next week. Yeah. We were gonna put a pin in it. We're gonna put a pin in Black Widow and just gonna keep trucking along because we're gonna stick with the Marvel train and gonna talk about the originals that are coming out on Disney Plus. For those who don't have Disney Plus, you're gonna probably get it just for these freaking original shows that are coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's start off with Bucky and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Falcon show that is gonna be hitting the streaming service, I believe, in August of this year. Mm-hmm. And of course, for those of you who saw the Super Bowl and that little Super Bowl spot of that 30-second segment, man, that was just something. I mean, you open up with Sam taking off the shield from the tree, and then it shows him cutting away to him throwing the shield at that tree. And
so many Easter eggs, so many things in there.
Just in 30 seconds of that little time frame that they have of that Super Bowl ad of the $5.6 million. You
can kind of tell where he's at. You said you called it. You were like, he's in the South.
Yeah, he's I think he's home. He's somewhere at home because with that mosh and everything like that, he's somewhere at home, I believe. And then Bucky's there with him, and then it cuts away to four or five guys freaking shooting out of the sky, like they're flying wearing their jumpsuits, and then it cuts away to Falcon with the
Zemo.
Cuts away to Falcon flying through the mountains.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that's who they were probably shooting at. Yeah. And then it goes to Bucky and Zemo, and Bucky's holding the gun.
And then
it cuts to another scene to where bullets are falling from his metal arm, from his vibranium arm. And then it cuts to Zemo again, just standing there. And then it kind of ends with them at some type of facility. That
looks like a jail or
and then hospital. They look like they're off key or something, but I'm just totally excited. And then of course, during down the segment of that, then you see the new Captain America, which is in the comic books he's called Super Patriot, as the kind of doppelganger of Steve Rogers, I guess. You see him with this new outfit, the shield. I don't think that's the vibranium shield because that's that's Sam's, so that's just another replica. But it's not vibranium. It could be just some type of piece of shit steel.
So now, did they give this guy the serum?
Is okay.
He just
in the comic books, he is pretty much the second coming of Captain America. In the comic books, if I believe so, they do give him a type of super serum, but it's not Cap's. They just give him a little boost that's sort of, a little bit of a kick, a little bit. It's not like Cap was, because Cap's full on super serum that can never be ever replicated ever again. Not even through his blood. You can't do that because that's how they created with the Hulk serum and shit like that. That's how it was pretty much replicated when they created the Abomination. So I think he's just in this show, he's probably going to be a normal guy, but pretty much of an agent style, knows his shit, pretty much a hand-to-hand combat type of person. But I don't think they're probably going to give him the super serum. But we don't know. I just know that I'm excited to see Baron Zemo. I'm excited to see him put on his purple mask with that whole face covered in that purple mask, and he see the white eyes, and hopefully he has his sword, just like the comic books. I'm so excited to see that, and I'm so excited to see where they take this, because you got to remember, guys, this is all part of the MCU. This is all part of what we've seen with Endgame. So this is all after Endgame.
And
All
what timeline are we on? What's going on in the world?
Oh, man, that's
what I'm saying. That's why I get. I'm like, there's.
well,
so many
speaking of what's
things.
going on in the world and the timeline of that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm excited. Falcon and Winter Soldier are going to be the first ones to come out on Disney Plus in August. There are going to be 8 episodes, I believe, that they have coming out.
Disney needs to stop with that 8. That's some.
I love how they put out 1 episode a week.
No, I need
it's
more
awesome.
Than that. It's 8 weeks. I need more than that.
Well, it's the first season. So you gotta
You're killing me, Smalls.
You gotta take it. You just gotta take what you can get. You gotta take what you can get. Now, speaking of timelines, what's really gonna be freaking awesome and freaking amazing and multiverse it out and freaking
Vision.
witched out and oh my god,
that one I'm excited for.
Wanda Vision.
Not that I'm not excited for Captain and Falcon, but
Wanda Vision looks amazing, tripped out to where I want to smoke a big old fat fucking blunt and watch that shit and just see where it takes me.
I don't know what's going on. There's so many things going on. You see her, there's like some kind of sitcom flash bang. You don't even know what it is. You've got Lucy in there, you've got Bewitched in there, you've got
it literally goes through like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, all the way up into the 90s.
And then after you see all of that, it's her in modern clothes, and then he's in the black and white. And then you remember, well, when he died, he turned
gray.
Turned to gray first. All his color went, and then he turned to the ash.
So basically, what you're little theorizing right now is that she's rebuilding him.
I don't know, maybe. I don't know. And then she's pregnant,
with twins.
Yes. So that's too new.
Which I mean, in the comic book, she does have children. She does have children. She has Wiccan and she has Speed.
We're opening the door to mutants.
It's a possibility because X-Men are back.
I'm excited for that. Like, thank God. See, so many things to talk about. So many universes, so many timelines. We have no idea what Cap did.
That's just another segment in itself.
He had to go put back every single time stone.
Yeah.
So we don't know where Wanda's at. We don't know where Bucky and Falcon are at. We don't know.
Okay, I think when it comes to Bucky and Falcon, I think the timeline
alive.
That's another theory.
Oh my God.
I think where Bucky and Falcon are at. Speaking of timelines, I think they're still in that exact same timeline of the way Endgame ended. Okay, with old Cap being old. Maybe we might see old Cap in this show. Who knows? Now with Wanda, she doesn't know what she has. She doesn't know her full potential. She doesn't know what she's capable of doing. No. I mean, you saw what she was doing to Thanos in Endgame. She literally wanted to rip that motherfucker piece by piece by piece. She did. And that's why he got scared and told him to freaking rain down the freaking hellfire so she can stop. So anyways, that's besides the point. So she doesn't know what she's capable of doing. So within this show of WandaVision, we are going to see her powers. And we even saw her with her freaking costume on.
Oh, yes. She was in her.
Oh, my gosh.
So cool.
She was in her original costume from the comic books. That was
like, so awesome.
That was a pew pew. Anyway, so I'm just excited about that in general. I mean, what she's going to do, I believe you're correct on how the timelines are affecting it. It starts off with black and white. Then it goes into the 60s where it's a little bit of color.
I think
then
she's creating him and she doesn't.
She's rebuilding him. She's rebuilding him because, okay.
What if she can bring her brother back? Oh my God, I'm going to cry.
It's multiverse. It's multiverse. You don't know. You don't know. But okay, hold on. Here, going back to your point of him, of she remaking him or creating him or whatever. If you go back to Civil War, okay? Go back to the Civil War, the movie Civil War. Where she's, locked up and Clint Barton tries to break her out and Vision's watching her or whatever. So him and Vision kind of go at it or whatever, and Vision kind of gets him into a chokehold. And he says, well, Clint, you can't overpower me, right?
Oh, yeah, and he says, but she can.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you really saw and you really remember that part of the movie where she, she's doing her little hand things or whatever, and Vision turns to his little ghost mode to where Clint slips out, his Mind Stone was red. It was red.
Oh, it turned colors.
It turned color. It turned to her color red of her power.
Oh, wow.
So that's why I love your theory of she's rebuilding him in some sort of way to where she doesn't know how she jumped into his mind or jumped into his body or whatever. But we're going to see that
something happened when Cap was. I think he triggered it also somehow.
It could have been like maybe the snap that Iron Man did, that Robert Downey did. It could be that, or the effect of the timeline, him taking it back.
Because I mean, she can get into your mind and she can make you think some crazy shit.
She can.
So
we'll see where it goes.
I don't know. And then
that's gonna be coming in December. It sucks. We gotta wait until December.
It does.
But it's gonna be coming out with 6 episodes. And you know the thing of it that
6.
Yes.
Disney, what the fuck?
Hold on. You know, this was actually supposed to come out not this year, but the following year. So they pushed it forward.
They're pushing it.
They pushed it forward.
All right, I'm gonna calm down. Disney, you're doing a great job.
They pushed it forward. Okay.
But what really grinds my gears?
Oh boy, what grinds your gears? What really grinds my gears?
No.
So moving right along through that little segment of that little Super Bowl ad, we go to the Loki series.
That one. Oh, and this
just for that little 2 seconds of him saying, "I'm gonna burn this all down. I'm gonna burn it to the ground." Or what? Oh man! And you know
we don't have nice Loki.
This is bad Loki.
Is bad Loki.
Because this is Loki when he took away the Tesseract in Endgame. When they jumped back.
Loki has gotten away. Don't forget, we have bad Loki on our hands.
He's the dog. He's the mischievous one. Yes. God of Mischief is literally going to be back as the God of Mischief. Because if you really think about it, how through the Loki that we know, of course, that died in Infinity War at the very opening.
Oh my God, I cried. I was like, he finally did something. Oh my God.
We will meet again, brother, in this life or the next.
Thor. Oh my God. I was like,
they're like, oh, when he said Thor. Or he goes, Loki, son of Odin. I was like, oh, he's gonna cry.
I know. I cried. Tears.
But okay, so that Loki was kind of becoming a kind-hearted, caring about his brother and stuff like that. Now this Loki doesn't really care.
He doesn't care.
He's literally the God of Mischief in this one, and just seeing that little 2 or 3 seconds
of at a facility.
Him sitting down. He's
at the Times.
The jumpsuit that he's wearing, the initials, if anybody can really tell on it, it was TANA or something like that, which is pretty much in the comic books, it's called the Time Authority. Now these Time Authority are the people who are literally kind of like the people sit behind the desk and kind of
they're like time
cops pretty
time
much
popo.
Yes, pretty much they're like the time police. So
and
how did he get there?
Well, he had the Tesseract. He got the Tesseract.
Well, we don't know where he transferred him to, but I mean, some of the snippets of just the logo itself kind of gives you pretty much of a detail of where they're kind of going with the series. And also, back when they first introduced this, they had some art done where Loki somehow goes back into the 70s too, because there's a kind of an art painting of him walking the streets, and you see him near a theater, and it says Jaws on top. So Jaws was made in the 70s. So let's see where he goes too, because he's also doing some time traveling as well.
Oh, and see, what is he doing? How many?
There's so many timelines that are going to be going to be branching out, and not to mention,
my mind is blown.
Not to mention even going further down timelines or multiverses. Hence, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
I can't wait.
I
want them to do Avengers Next Generation. I do want them to continue with the kids. I really do. Like I watched the cartoon and I love it. Like
the Next Generation cartoon.
Yeah,
that one's good.
I want them to continue. They can. This is another one where it's a timeless. You can continue.
Well, it's a possibility because a lot of stuff everything that we're going to see, all these shows are going to be coming out on Disney Plus. So you got to get Disney Plus if you're going to watch this, because we're going to get a She-Hulk. We're going to get a Miss Marvel series. We're going to get a Moon Knight. So all those are already coming down the pipeline. And not to mention just the movies themselves that are going to be tied into with the MCU. These shows are going to be tied into the MCU.
Yeah, you have to watch it all. You got to watch S.H.I.E.L.D. You got to watch because
everything's together.
Yeah, all of these, in the big movies, it's like, well, if S.H.I.E.L.D. didn't go and do this, and if this person didn't go and do this during this point in time, then none of this would have happened over here.
Exactly.
It's insane. It's nuts when you think about
awesome too. I mean, now we know that the Infinity War saga is over. We know that Thanos is dead, but in another timeline, he's alive somewhere.
we've got bad Gamora, we've got bad Loki, we've got
It's just all over the place,
it's
man.
just shit
And then we
right
got
now.
Thor: Love and Thunder coming out too as well, but that's also
Yes.
for another time for another show. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here, guys, we're about that time. We're gonna take a little bit of a break here to be continued. We're gonna come back into the film room to where we go on to our another side of this show. So if you want to go see what that other side is, please go ahead and tune in. We'll be right back. This is Texas Drew. We'll be right back for you here at the film room. Hope you enjoyed that little break. I did. Had to catch my breath of that little last segment that we did. Man, I still wanted to go ahead and continue on. We'll keep going and going and going and going. Just stop like the Energizer freaking bunny. Never stop.
It's hard to not.
Never gonna stop. Never gonna stop.
It's hard.
But y'all going on to the second side, or should I say the other side of our show. It was a good weekend. Good weekend. Good game, too, of the Super Bowl of the Kansas City Chiefs and them 49ers from San Francisco. That game was very interesting, man, just like the commercials themselves. So, yeah, I want to go ahead and just jump right into that. I know your team that you picked, of course, they didn't win.
They didn't.
Sorry.
No, I lost. Thank God I didn't put money on it. And
I knew I should have put some money on it.
Nobody's titty fell out.
Oh.
No titties fell out.
Although that halftime show was pretty good.
It was good.
Yeah, that was something.
Really good. Everybody was so angry about it.
That was something. Yeah, that I don't know why were people so angry about it, but anyway, we're gonna just jump into that in a little bit.
Yeah,
but talk about the game. It was just tale of two quarterbacks pretty much for me when it comes to that game. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo through the first pretty much 3 quarters was like unstoppable. That passing game, little short passing game that the Niners have, the freaking defense was on it. Bosa was getting to the quarterback, so was that D line, and it just play like it's not. In course, I always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish the game, and the Niners did not finish that game at all. I don't know what happened after that interception that Jimmy G threw. They just started falling apart. The defense can only do so much when the defense is out there, and when you guys are just pretty much coming 3 and out, the defense gets tired, and pretty much fourth quarter came along with like 6 minutes left. Freaking Kansas City Chiefs are down. Freaking, I think the score is 21-10, and here comes Patrick, future Hall of Famer Mahomes, just steps up, had a bad game, like I said, it was tell the two quarterbacks. The first 3 quarters of that game, yeah, he had a touchdown in about the first quarter, but then after that, he just fell off. Like, he wasn't the Patrick Mahomes that we're used to seeing, gunslinging that ball around, making the right throws, right decisions. No, he had 2 interceptions in that game, and somehow or another, the defense made the perfect stop, and they had time, 6 minutes left. Patrick Mahomes takes that ball down the field, scores the first touchdown to get them back into the game, makes it freaking 21-17, and then pretty much it just goes off from there. He takes over the game. And I'm not sure he was worthy of the MVP. I kind of personally think it should have went to Damian Williams, but he is the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs and of the pretty much any quarterback of any football team pretty much gets the MVP unless, somebody else shows them out. But it was a good game, good hard-fought game.
And he's still a rookie, right? I mean, it's
only his 3rd year. He's still young. He is out of 3 quarterbacks younger than the age of 24 to win the Super Bowl. He is 23.
23. Wow.
Because he's under 24.
Wow.
And the other 2 quarterbacks that he's in the league with, that are up there in that category, is Tom Brady and Ben Roethlisberger. The other 2 quarterbacks that won younger than that.
That's a big deal for somebody so young.
That's a lot of. And I'm also happy for Andy Reid, and I'm also happy for Patrick Mahomes as well, because I saw him pretty much grow up. I'm a Longhorns fan. I'm a UT fan. They always played each other in Texas, because he went to Texas Tech. And I saw him. He was a gunslinger then. He's a gunslinger now, even though, yeah, we kicked his butt several times. Sorry, Patrick, we did. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, he has a Super Bowl ring. I don't. He's playing in the league. I'm not. So there you go, folks. He got me. So anyways, I'm happy for him. I really am happy for him. He is the first Texas quarterback to win a Super Bowl, to went to school in Texas, his college, and then go on to win the Super Bowl. So I'm very happy. Really cool. And I'm very happy for Andy Reid, who is the head coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. Check this out, Mrs. Rogan. Andy Reid is pretty much one of the winningest coaches of all times in NFL history. He has 222 wins.
Wow.
and this is his first Super Bowl that he's ever won.
222 wins.
222 wins, and this is his first Super Bowl. He's been to the Super Bowl once
So
with the Eagles.
He's very deserving of this.
That's what I'm saying. He was due. That was also
hard.
another reason why I picked the Kansas City Chiefs, because he was due for a Super Bowl.
Wow.
He was due for a Super Bowl.
I just picked the 49ers because you made me. I didn't have a choice.
I didn't make you. You could have picked the Kansas City Chiefs. I would have picked the Chiefs as well.
I could have.
But yeah, no, you stuck with your guns, which is awesome. You stuck with your guns, so I'm proud of that.
I mean, yeah.
I'm very proud of that. So now let's talk about your favorite part of the Super Bowl.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was my favorite part of the Super Bowl.
You were just hoping something would happen.
I thought something was gonna happen. I mean,
some type of wardrobe malfunction.
I mean, there was a big message.
It was a big booty too.
There was a huge message that was.
Oh man, I think that got across to people, because people the next day were just freaking like, "Oh my god, did you see what happened? Oh my god, there was kids in cages. Oh my god."
That's what they were saying, but I mean, it's like.
Well, if you really think about what's going on, people.
We put people in cages here in Texas.
I know. Hello. What? Like, come on.
Like.
Oh my god.
Mad about.
Oh my god. Their kids seem like they're kids. Hello. There's literally kids in cages as we speak right now.
And you're mad about a light up ball. What the fuck's wrong with you?
Jesus. And you're mad about supposedly. It was too sexual because you had stripper poles, and then all of a sudden you bring out kids, and then all of a sudden you talk about patriotism, and then all of a sudden you just go into mambo. Come on.
That's not stripping. That was not a strip tease. That was.
I consider it acrobatic.
Yeah.
Acrobatic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Circus Soleil. You go to circus.
It was
and
minus
the rope.
The rope. Minus the rope. And Shakira didn't even use a snake. She used
rope.
She didn't even use a snake. So it wasn't that sexy because there was no snake on her. And the gazelle. The gazelle in Zootopia. You let your kids see Zootopia. You let him see that.
She was wearing the exact same outfit.
The what was she? A llama?
She was a gazelle.
She was a gazelle. She's wearing less. She's wearing less in there in the show than Shakira is. In the
halftime show, that is true. Yeah,
Shakira's
it's pretty much the exact same outfit.
Her hips,
but I don't get it. Like all these,
Utopia.
For all those women out there who kind of like, oh my god, that was so horrible, that was so sexual, that was so this and so that. You were the same women who freaking said the year before of freaking Adam Levine taking off his shirt. Oh, that's so hot. That was so hot. I lost that.
We went back.
We even did our due diligence on it.
We
come on.
Went back, we watched it. We gave half the thing because we saw it on YouTube, but half of it from Travis Scott was all bleeped out. You couldn't even hear. J-Lo had her daughter and some dance kids on there. Good for her.
And all they sang was "Born in the USA" a little bit, and that's freaking wrong. And her having the U.S. flag and then the Puerto Rico flag. I mean, come on, guys. Seriously, well, how far have we come? I guess not that far because we're still freaking complaining about this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still complaining about race.
And they were
women's rights and women this and women that. Women can only do certain things. It's a fucking double standard. There doesn't need to be a double standard anymore. There is no double standard. If freaking Adam Levine last year can take off his damn shirt and show his damn muscles and greased out with his tattoos, and freaking J-Lo can go up there and shake her rump as much as he wants
with clothes on.
Exactly.
With clothes on.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all she did.
That's it.
That's it. It wasn't a big deal.
I didn't think it was a big deal.
Skin color.
I love it when she brought out her daughter.
Yeah.
Her daughter has a good voice.
Yeah, she does. Her and Mark Anthony's daughter.
Yeah, that's Mark Anthony. Yeah,
cute kid.
There you go.
Cute kid.
Good vocals.
Yeah. I mean, I would hope so with her parents.
Shit, especially with Mark Anthony. God dang.
I hope so. I hope the kid could sing. I thought.
But.
I mean, I thought it was fine. I thought it was wholesome. I mean, I didn't see any problem with it.
No, I thought it was great. It was good Latin flavor, especially with the mambo mix that they had in there. And
you're in Miami.
Shakira, exactly. Bring out the Latin flavor, eh?
Really?
I mean, come on. What is wrong with that? Nothing.
Go eat a good Cubano and shut up.
Oh, Cubanos are so delicious.
Go eat
or
something.
Go have a cafecito. Go have a cafecito.
Come on down to San Antonio. We got Barbacoa and Big Red at the Mayan. Come on.
You can't wait for that. That's supposed to be coming out. I think they're gonna start doing that next week, I believe.
week?
I think so. That's when it's gonna start
Good.
going.
That's where we're gonna go if it's good. It's good.
We're gonna have to try it. I'm gonna try it.
But that halftime show, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying there was nothing wrong with it. It was good. I'm a mom. All the Latina moms were probably dancing with their kids.
Hell yeah. I know my daughter was when the halftime show
Oh
came
my
on.
God,
She was going.
So cute.
Marley was shaking
Yes.
too. And there was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing wrong.
Mm-mm.
But you know, those moms out there who want to freaking make an uproar, get a name from themselves, to put themselves out there. Man, it was just like it's just got like how the first episode that we did of the film room when we were talking about the Captain Marvel thing. Stop. It just got to stop. It's the same thing with this thing, the double standard. A man can do this, but a woman can't do that. Hell yeah, a woman can fucking do whatever she freaking wants to, man. If a woman wants to go outside and let the girls hang out without wearing a bra, let them. That's how they did it back in the prehistoric time, so what does it matter?
Yeah, why not?
You know?
Free the tatas.
Why not? Let them. we free our balls every now and then.
Yeah.
We don't wear boxers or chones or briefs or whatever you guys prefer to wear.
Yeah.
We don't. We let the boys hang. So why can't they let the girls hang? Why not? Let them.
I mean, they weren't even doing
That's
that.
it.
They're just Shakira was just shaking her hips.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
J-Lo
That's our Latin dance. If you don't like our Latin dance, then get the fuck out.
That's it.
That's it. If you don't like our Latin dances, get the fuck out. If you want to know where you are, hence in Miami, that was pretty much Mexico and old Cuba people.
I like the message that was sent. I like the message that her daughter sent.
I did too. That was very political. I loved it. It was awesome.
It was.
It was great.
It was.
And that was pretty much like a big fuck you to Trump.
Born in the USA. Let's Get Loud.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one more.
After that sequence, Let's Get Loud. Then it goes into
something else. But it was basically like, come on, Latino community, like stand up.
Stand up for yourself, right?
Yeah, stand up for yourself.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's awesome.
Ooh.
Oh my God! Guess what's walking into the room? This is the first time Mrs. Amanda Gorogan is gonna have the wings from Southtown 101, where you can get the best food, the best drinks, and the best service. And I am not lying. This food is delicious, guys. So if you ever do have a chance to come out here to Southtown 101, please try out the food because it is excellent. It is delicious. And not to mention, if you are here late at night, they do have the excellent bar with excellent service and excellent drinks. So they do like to serve you.
Nice.
So,
I haven't tried them. I'm excited.
They smell delicious and they're great and they're awesome. So go ahead and knock yourself out, sweetheart. Go ahead, trucking right along, moving on to this. I want to talk about my San Antonio Spurs.
Oh.
I want to talk about my Spurs too. Half of this freaking town already, and yes, I am talking to you, San Antonio, are already calling it quits on your team. So don't freaking lie about it, because you know who I'm talking about.
They wouldn't give up on us. We can't give up.
I even said at the beginning of this year on one of my episodes that I do at home that they are still making the playoffs. They're still going to keep the streak alive. Mm-hmm. Granted, I thought they would do a little bit of something because today was the trade deadline. I thought they were going to do some moves, maybe move Marco Bellinelli or move Jabari Carroll, because Jabari Carroll hasn't even played 1 second in this season.
We're in a rebuilding year.
And yeah, we are. I understand that we are. But what I like and what I think that I still have faith in these Spurs, just like how Pop does, because Pop didn't do nothing in this trade deadline. So he's sticking with the team that he's sticking with.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Great for him.
Thank you, Marcus.
I just think that if he can just kind of play the younger guys a lot more. I mean, I don't think DeRozan. Okay.
Maybe he doesn't feel they're ready. This is Pop we're talking about.
Well, I mean, you have to. How are you gonna know? How are you gonna know if you don't let them play?
Well,
how are you gonna know?
How do you know? And they're showing him at practice.
But they can only do so much now at practice. It's nowadays. It's not like how it was before, where you can grind practice. No, it's not. Today, it's only a certain time you get to practice full on practice. Hence, like when the NFL and the pros in the NFL. How before you had 3 days, 4 days. Now you don't. You just barely have 2 a days now. Not even 2 a days anymore. So I'm just saying times have changed, and you hardly get to practice of what you need to practice at full practice. So the only time when you get to see these guys play is in the game, or if you send them down to the G League, which is the Austin Spurs. And I just think that I'm glad. I thought something was gonna happen. My theory was that they were gonna move DeRozan because he's in a contract year. You don't know if he's gonna sign with us because he's due for a contract extension like how Kawhi was. I hate to say that name. I can't believe I mentioned that right now. Anyway,
Oh my God.
but like how that situation is, and pretty much is he gonna stay here? Are we gonna get something for him? Well, we're not gonna get something for him because we didn't trade him. So pretty much, are we gonna give him that money to stay here in San Antonio, or he's gonna go somewhere else and we don't get nothing for him? So now if that occurs, now if that happens, where he does leave by the next year, well then we still got Murray, we still got White, we still got Lonnie, we still got these young guns. That's what they are. They're the young guns. It's pretty much like Billy the Kid and his crew. And Billy the Kid is freaking Murray. And with his crew of Lonnie and White, these guys are the young Spurs. And man, when they ball, they fucking ball. Like they ball.
They're good.
They're awesome. And we know how to pick. And these are all late round picks.
That's what I'm saying. It's our rebuilding year. They've got to be able to mesh with each other.
Well, then they have to. Then Pop has to let them play though. That's the only way that they can find their groove or find who runs the second string team or whatever.
Spurs is all about the fundamentals. Pop is all about the fundamentals.
But see, that's the thing. We don't have Mr. Big Fundamental. He's on the bench. Okay, he's on the bench. He's a coach.
Yeah.
But we don't have that. We don't have him walking in the door onto the court. We don't have Manu anymore. We don't have Tony Parker.
And you're right.
San Antonio has been spoiled for the past 22 fucking years. We have been spoiled, people. Every team goes through it. Every team goes through a rebuilding year.
Yes.
Every team. It happens. And it all depends how you rebuild that team. Through the draft, which you have to do and draft the right people. Or you pick somebody up in free agency. And don't get me wrong, it is very hard, especially in our town and our market, because we're considered a small fucking market, although we do have 5 fucking championships. Thank you very much. Considered us a small market to where nobody wants to come play here. But I do give that's the one big credit I give to LaMarcus Aldridge. He wanted to come play here.
Yeah.
Because we had Tim Duncan still. He wanted to get that ring because we still have Tim Duncan. Unfortunately, he didn't get it. You know, it is what it is, but he wanted to come play here as a free agent. So we do kind of have that, I wouldn't say flair, pizzazz like you have in LA or have in New York or have in Chicago.
It's a different feel.
This is a family atmosphere. This is a family feeling. And the organization that we know for the past 22 fucking years of Spurs basketball, there's nothing like it. And everybody's trying to build off of what the Spurs do. So I still hope and I still believe that they're still going to make the playoffs. They might make the 8th seed. They're going to make the 8th seed, I do believe. But I believe that they might make the 7th, maybe the 6th. But if they have to do something on this road trip, and they have to do it fast, because they already lost 2 of the games already to both Clippers and the Lakers. They're playing tonight against the Blazers, which is going to be a tough game, especially in Portland. But they have to do something, and they have to do something fast. Pop has to let these young guns play. If you want to make the playoffs, because you didn't do any trades or anything like that, you didn't get rid of Bellinelli, you didn't get rid of Carroll, let these young guns play and let them go. Let them see what they can do. Because if you are in the rebuilding year, like you say that they are in a rebuilding year, and a lot of people do believe that. A lot of people believe that.
I do.
They're not going to be they're not going to make the playoffs, and that they're going to go back to mediocre, back to the old Spurs, and that, boom, they're not going to be in San Antonio anymore.
No.
A lot of people already believe that already.
I don't think so.
That they're not going to be here in San Antonio anymore, and that they're going to go to Vegas because, guess what? We don't have the Rampage anymore, people. They got sold to Las Vegas. So we don't even have a hockey team anymore, and they were part of the San Antonio Spurs entertainment.
I mean, but we're in Texas. It was a little weird in the first place that we had a hockey.
We had hockey here for the past 25 years.
I know. We had the Iguanas. I used to love to.
We had the Iguanas. We had the Dragons. We had.
I only went to go see them. I'm just saying. I only knew about them.
Several other teams before the Rampage.
Okay, well, it's still a little weird. We're in Texas. I mean, it's hot. Like it's. I'm sure
but we want. See, the thing is that what we
hot.
want sports franchise. I mean, we want a
We do. We want a
we want an
football
NFL team here, but
We
unfortunately,
do.
we can never get that.
because we're
Considered Dallas Cowboys country, and Jerry Jones would never fucking sign off on it. But no, California can have 4 or 5 freaking teams.
well,
Anyway, that's either here nor there, but I still do believe that one day we will get an NFL team here.
maybe
We can. I mean, we were trying to get the Oakland Raiders not too long ago, but now they're going to Vegas, and they were the pretty much San Antonio was the second to that to Vegas because we had the money, we had the land. USAA was pretty much fork out the money, and the taxpayers were gonna pretty much pay the rest, and then of course the owner was gonna pretty much pitch in too as well. But then that fell short because of Jerry Jones. So, anyways, but the Spurs,
they're not going anywhere.
I don't think they are either.
No.
I don't care if they fall to where the old Spurs
No.
used to be, to where I remember them being in the slumps, to where we got Tim Duncan or where we got David Robinson. I remember those. I was a little kid and I remember those games. I remember those Spurs and those times where Spurs were the Spurs. They were just Spurs. But now we've grown into this spoiledness, this little kid spoiledness of, oh, we're gonna make the playoffs every time. We're gonna win 50 games every time. We're gonna do this, do that. Well, I'm sorry, folks. The big three are not there no more.
No.
It's now the young guns trying to run the show. Yeah, we do have Patty Mills from our championship and Bellinelli from our championship back in 2014, but that's from 2014. Everybody's
and not
new.
just that, this whole team was built around who?
It was built around Timmy.
Not just him. Who
Well,
was the next up and comer? Let's be real about it. Who
Okay,
was it?
Kawhi.
Let's say
Yes.
Let's say
Okay, yeah.
Say it. It was
Kawhi.
built-
It was Kawhi
It
who
was
was
built
built
for Kawhi.
Kawhi.
The
Yes,
team
it
was
was supposed
built
to
for
be his
Kawhi.
team.
We don't have Kawhi.
But thanks, Uncle Dennis. Appreciate it.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. We won't-
Really,
It's okay. We won't go.
it's
there.
okay.
It's all right.
That's
You
not
could have it.
camera
We
rooms.
don't need him.
He gave us a ring in 2014. He did what he did and got Toronto's their ring, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Good for you. Congratulations. Bye.
and he's gonna try to get the Clippers a ring, and then he's gonna leave the Clippers and go somewhere else because that's what they do.
Yeah.
No person, or no, should I say, superstar sticks with one team. The last person to ever do it was Dirk Nowitzki, and the one before him was Tim Duncan. Oh, and I forgot the late great Kobe Bryant. Those are the last 3 players to stick with one team to well over a 20-year career. No, I'm talking about just. I know David Robinson, yeah, but I'm talking about recently.
Okay.
Like the last 3 players to retire that were big name was Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, and Kobe Bryant, who stayed with one franchise for their entire career.
Okay.
It's not like LeBron went to Cleveland, then went to Miami, then went back to Cleveland.
Okay.
Now he's in LA. Nobody's doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna do that anymore because there's no more loyalty to one particular franchise. They go where the money goes, or they go where they think where they can get the championship.
I feel like we're gonna have players that are gonna be like Timmy and that are gonna be like Manu and that are gonna be, you know what I mean?
Well, that's
I
what the
feel
players that we look for. In San Antonio, that's what we look for.
But I feel like that's what we have right now. I feel like we're not giving them the full credit where it's due because everybody's upset and everybody's this and that. But
well, because they're right
fans.
now they're ranked 10th right now on the West.
Okay.
And they're only like I think 2 or a half game back from a spot.
They'll come back. They'll come back. It's Pop.
But they have to do something this road trip.
Pop and we have Beckham. If we don't get this year,
Beckham is the next coach waiting, I believe.
And we have Tim back on. We have Tim on the bench too. We have a really good team on the bench.
But he's not playing.
Okay, he's not, but he's there to coach. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm win or lose.
I'm straight here. Win or lose, I'm a Spurs fan through and through. I bleed freaking silver and black.
San Antonio Spurs fans are the best fans. They really are. Like if you're a diehard San Antonio Spurs fan, you're a good fan. You
Baseline
are there,
bums.
You're there at the airport and you're waiting for them when they lose, and you're still telling them you love them, and they know it and they love it because the players feel it. We have the best
family
fans.
atmosphere.
We have the best fans. They're not gonna leave us. They're not gonna go anywhere. It's not.
I don't think they're not going anywhere. I mean, I think like if they somehow Vegas comes up with the state-of-the-art facility, all this other stuff, blah, 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 throwing everything at the Holt family, because you got to remember, it's the Holt family that has to say, you know what, okay, we're going to move their franchise and go somewhere else because our revenue is not working here. Well, I'm sorry, the revenue is working great. You guys have 5 rings since you pretty much bought the franchise. Well, 4 actually, because they didn't get, 5 rings. Shit, they've been here since all 5 years. 5 rings. So I don't think they're not going to go anywhere. And we did sell the Rampage to the Las Vegas. They're becoming the Las Vegas Golden Knights minor league team, and we sold them for a good price for maybe upgrades of the AT&T Center, stuff that needs to be upgraded in the AT&T Center to pretty much compete with other arenas that they're pretty much either rebuilding or they're coming out with new arenas for basketball arenas. Because we know one thing, we're not going to build a new arena. We're not going to build a new basketball arena. No. The only thing, if we ever do get a new arena or a new stadium, it'll either be for the Missions, who are becoming a AA baseball team for the minor leagues, or if we do get an NFL team. That's it. I don't think the Spurs are going to get a brand new state-of-the-art arena. I mean, the AT&T Center, when it first came out, was considered state-of-the-art. And it's been out since 2002. That's when it first opened. So it's well over a decade.
Yeah.
It's almost going to be 22 years old. I mean, 20 years old in 2002. I mean, on 2022. So, yeah. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much what I got to say about that. The Spurs are going to still make the playoffs. I'm still sticking with my guns. They just need to play the young guns a lot more. Pop's going to be Pop. You got Becky on the sideline. You got Timmy there. So I think the Spurs are still good. They didn't want to make any trades. They still wanted to keep this team together and still keep that camaraderie together. So I still do believe that they're going to make the playoffs.
They got this.
Yeah, I still do believe that. Well,
they got it.
It's about that time. It's about that end of the show. Once again, I would like to thank everybody for tuning in onto Pub Sports Radio on Facebook. This is the Film Room. We are going to be back here next week. Same time, same place, same hour. Once again, I am your host, Texas Drew, representing that 2-0 Cinema and Sports. And of course, my hostess, co-hostess with the most beautiful Mrs. Amanda Rogan. We'll be back next week. We'll see y'all later. Later. With so much drama.